Tonight on NewsVision, breaking news, the latest on the war in Ukraine.
Our military, our border guards, our territorial defense, even ordinary farmers capture the Russian military every day.
What happened during today's second round of peace talks between Russian and Ukrainian diplomats, and how the South Florida community is responding to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Plus, make room for the maskless. After 18 months, the University of Miami has dropped the mask mandate on campus. We will hear from university experts and students on what they think about the decision.
Because we've been away from it for so long, it has like a weird feeling to it.
And later on, following 3 weeks of campaigning and trials, the new student government president, vice president, and treasurer have been announced. Find out who has been elected. These stories and more on tonight's show. NewsVision starts right now.
Hello and welcome to NewsVision. I'm Sophia Vitello.
And I'm Harvey Dublock. Thank you for joining us tonight. It is day 8 of Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
We have team coverage.
Ira Ola is live at Publix in Coral Gables.
Nearly 3,000 Ukrainian civilians have been killed and another 4,000 injured.
That's the latest number coming out of Ukraine on the 8th day of the Russian invasion of the country. This comes as the second round of negotiations between Russian and Ukrainian officials have just ended. The two countries have tentatively agreed to set a humanitarian corridors and a possible ceasefire to help the estimated 1 million refugees that the conflict has displaced. This happening as the United States and the rest of the world issues new sanctions against Russia every day. The Ukrainian president addressing his people and the rest of the world from the capital Kyiv, saying at least 6,000 Russian troops have been killed.
Our border guards, our territorial defense, even ordinary farmers capture the Russian military every day. And all the captives say only one thing: they do not know why they are here.
About 1 day ago, Russia captured the first major Ukrainian city, Kherson, along with much of southern Ukraine. But attacks have struck other parts of the country, including the capital city of Kyiv. And this may only be the beginning. In a conversation with French President Emmanuel Macron, Russian President Vladimir Putin says the worst is yet to come.
And the University of Miami's President Julio Frank sent out the following statement to the UM community yesterday. As I shared on social media yesterday, we stand in solidarity with our students, faculty, and staff from Ukraine. I also urge us to reflect on the complexity of current events, keeping in mind that the Russian government does not speak for all the inhabitants of the country. This message has been directed to anyone at UM, including some people with personal ties to Ukraine.
Reporter Isabel Eisenberg talked with some university professors who are impacted by the conflict. And she joins us now in studio with a story. Isabel, who did you meet and what did you learn?
Well, guys, as many of you know, the University of Miami is home to many different people from all corners of the world. So even when something happens thousands of miles away, it still affects the heart of our campus. When UM sociology and criminology professor Olena Antonaccio found out Ukraine and Russia were going to war, her first concern was her family.
All my family are in Ukraine. That's why it's, very personal, and definitely it's just horrifying for me. They could leave Ukraine, but all my family and my relatives, they decide to stay.
Antonaccio's brother joined the Civilian Territorial Defense Force in her hometown, Lviv.
Some people asking me, well, why they're staying in Ukraine? I mean, I say, because they love their land, they want to fight for it. Here in the United States, we should learn something from them.
Olena moved to the United States when she was a college student, but always held on to her Ukrainian roots. Now that her home is being invaded, she wants to educate students about the conflict between Russia and Ukraine.
Students told me what they knew. I told them about different aspects of the situation.
And she is not the only one analyzing the situation. One political science professor at UM says the invasion in Ukraine unfolded because of NATO's expansion to the east.
In my view is that NATO and the United States keeps acting in provocative ways towards Russia.
George Gonzalez has research specialty in U.S. environmental politics and policy and says his views are his own and independent from the university, saying the White House is not relaying a clear message to the country.
Public does not want, the United States to add to an already unstable situation, but yet, Washington's ignoring public opinion. From what I see, what is America's agenda here? I don't know. We haven't been told what the agenda is. We haven't been told what the end point is.
And there are speculations of possible next moves from the White House.
There are calls in the U.S. from prominent officials to establish a no-fly zone over Ukraine. If the United States were to do that, that will be a declaration of war against Russia. And really, we can expect that quickly following from that, there will be an exchange of nuclear missiles.
While the world waits to see what unfolds, Antosiano is turning to the community for comfort in this uncertain time.
So, and I just want to generally to thank all students, right? Outpouring of support was immense.
Antonasio has kept in touch with her family and says technology allows her to talk to them a few hours every day. She says she's thankful that she has a strong community here in Miami supporting her through these difficult times. I'm Isabel Eisenberg reporting for UMTV.
Thanks, Isabel. The Russian invasion of Ukraine has led to a number of companies cutting off ties with Russia and banning Russian products from their stores. For instance, Russian alcohol sales are quickly going down the drain. Around the U.S., a number of stores have pulled Russian alcohol from their shelves. Reporter Annalise Iraola joins us live from the Florida-based grocery chain Publix. Annalise, what can you tell us?
Guys, many Americans are taking a stance against the Russian invasion of Ukraine in a variety of ways. Across the U.S., liquor and grocery stores have pulled Russian alcohol brands from their shelves, and Publix is one of those stores. A spokesperson for Publix said yesterday that they decided to remove Russian-made vodka from their shelves in support of the people of Ukraine. Publix operates some 1,300 stores in 7 southern states.
I am totally in solidarity with that. It's the least we can do. I mean, we should, whatever we can do to help Ukraine emerge from this without Russia in its front yard and make them go away, make them go home, weaken them, bring them to their knees economically. Apparently that's what we need to do.
A number of U.S. states that have already directed government-run wine and liquor suppliers to pull Russian-sourced alcohol from their shelves. They had joined some bars and private businesses in the pro-Ukrainian movement. Other major stores in South Florida that have banned Russian alcohol are Total Wine and Winn-Dixie. Reporting live for UMTV, I'm Annalise Iraola.
Annalise, thank you. And it's not just the alcohol industry that has been or is expected to be affected by the invasion. Here in the U.S., we're also seeing major effects on the stock market. Energy and oil prices are rising, supply chain issues are driving up food prices, and with fuel costs rising, airline tickets are also expected to increase.
Across the United States, people are looking for various ways to help the citizens of Ukraine in their battle against the Russian invasion. I spoke to one Ukrainian couple who are staying in Miami, but is making a difference in their lives of the compatriots. For one Ukrainian couple, an art installation themed as a protest against war is now all too real.
Yeah, no, before 21st of February, all people just living normal lives. We lived all normal lives, our family, relatives, artists, and after 21st, it was all completely changed. It's all completely different. Now people don't think about, about going to restaurant or traveling, just to stay alive, just to be safe.
Max and Julia Voloshin own an art gallery in Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine. The couple came to Miami in November to stage a pop-up exhibition titled The Memory on Her Face. And between COVID-19 and the ongoing conflict, they are not able to return home.
And we are in the art business for 15 years. But now everything is frozen and we can't operate Kyiv Gallery anymore.
But from here in South Florida, the Voloshins are trying to make a difference. Their gallery in Kyiv, which once housed art, is now housing people.
Now gallery now as a bomb shelter, as a bunker for artists, for people who are working at the gallery. Time to time, some neighbors who live in the building where our gallery located come to the gallery to sleep with children, and we are trying to help people, to help artists.
And Julia says sending money will not be effective because it will not reach those in need. She says it is more effective to send medical supplies, food and water. Some companies that are donating medical supplies are United Help Ukraine, Raison for Ukraine and the Global Giving Ukraine Relief Fund.
And over in Doral, one organization dedicated to restoring hope and opportunity is providing shelter, supplies, and relocation for people who are fleeing Ukraine. The Global Empowerment Mission welcomes volunteers every day to its main headquarters to donate and help pack supplies that are then sent to Poland and Ukraine. The organization has helped with worldwide disasters for more than a decade. Today, volunteers packed a variety of items such as canned food, winter clothes, COVID safety products, and more. One volunteer named Kesni Felipe was rescued by the Global Empowerment Mission during the 2010 Haitian earthquake that took over 200,000 lives. Now Kesni is here to help others the way that Global Empowerment Mission helped him.
We give them no opportunity. That's what we're doing. They restore hope in people so that we can live a better life, not in another country, but in our own country, because we're going to become more independent.
Anyone can volunteer to help in Doral on weekdays between 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can sign up at www.globalempowermentmission.org. As the situation in Ukraine develops, we will continue to keep you updated here on NewsVision.
We will take a short break now, but when we return, with the CDC relaxing masking guidance, University of Miami is also pulling back measures. Hear from students and experts about dropping the mask mandate. In just a minute, NewsVision will be right back.
Observe a domesticated human family in their natural habitat, known to their species as the backyard.
Hey, you think I should light it now?
I think it's good.
Yeah?
Oh dear, someone is about to burn a pile of debris that's too tall, which can start a wildfire. Wait, could it be? Blimey, it is.
It's Smokey.
It's Smokey Bear. What a legend.
Hey, it's Smokey. Sorry, it was too high. Right.
Watch as he astutely ensures that there's no wind, and how he removes some of the debris to create a smaller, safer burning pile.
No, you said make it bigger, baby. The bigger, the better.
Take note of our fearless furry friend here, humans.
I appreciate it. Fist bump.
Watching you.
Smokey's done it again.
Bye, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
After over a year and a half of UM students, faculty and staff being required to wear masks indoors, the university has finally lifted its mask mandate. Reporter Daryl Barnes has the latest on the long-awaited decision.
Sam Tober has been a UM student for almost 2 years. But for sophomores like him, Tuesday was a new kind of first day of college. The first one without a mask.
Because we've been away from it for so long, it has like a weird feeling to it.
Last week, the CDC eased their COVID recommendations, leading the University of Miami to put out an email saying masks will no longer be required in indoor spaces. And initial reactions have been mixed.
Felt pretty good, actually. I mean, I was counting down to this day for what felt like years.
Well, it was very sudden, I thought. It was kind of out of nowhere. And I'm probably going to be wearing a mask for the next few days in class, but I'm open to dropping it soon.
But students like Sam see this as a new beginning.
Everyone was pretty happy and excited for like kind of this new chapter in like everyone's college experience.
It felt like a start of the new year almost. It felt like this is a new beginning almost.
And maybe this new beginning will have a storybook ending.
I'm hoping that we get to have a smooth ride until our graduation.
For UMTV, I'm Daryl Barnes.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has been a big opponent of the mask mandate, and yesterday he asked some high school students to take off their masks. DeSantis was at the University of South Florida in Tampa to talk about cybersecurity. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention still recommends masks for the area because of high community transmission. But before DeSantis began speaking at the school, he was overheard commenting to the students about their masks.
You do not have to wear those masks. I mean, please take them off. Honestly, it's not doing anything, and we got to stop with this COVID theater. So if you want to wear it, fine, but this is ridiculous.
Two of the students removed their masks, but others kept them on. The university website says masks are optional on campus and that each individual's decision should be respected. Last week, Governor DeSantis released his own policy discouraging mask wearing. The campaign is called Buck the CDC.
President Biden has announced his Supreme Court Justice nominee, and she has a connection to the U. Ketanji Brown Jackson would be the first black woman nominated to be on the Supreme Court. She was born in D.C., but she grew up right here in Miami, and she lived on campus at the University of Miami while her father attended law school. Johnny Brown graduated from UM's law in 1977 as one of the first black people to attend the school. Ketanji Brown Jackson credits her dad with sparking her passion for law and has vowed to uphold it for the country's good.
I can only hope that my life and career, my love of this country and the Constitution, and my commitment to upholding the rule of law and the sacred principles upon which this great nation was founded will inspire future generations of Americans.
If confirmed, Jackson will replace retiring Justice Stephen Breyer. She will face confirmation hearings in the Senate this month. President Biden's goal is to have Ketanji Brown Jackson confirmed by the April 11th recess.
And back here on campus, student government has had a lot going on this week between the election trials held last night and the ongoing result announcements. Reporter Kiera Wright has been following all the action and joins us from the Lakeside patio. Kiera, fill us in on the latest.
Yeah, guys, with campaign week, voting week, and election trials happening back to back, there's been a lot of commotion on campus regarding the student government elections. Tonight I'm here at Lakeside patio, which was packed earlier this afternoon with students who were eager to finally hear the results of the election be announced.
Last night, in this crowded hallway, the candidates for the executive student government elections greeted students as they waited anxiously for the SG election trials to begin.
This is a normal process, and it's actually a good one, just to ensure that no one's breaking rules or cheating the system.
Just in theme for the start of Women's History Month, a big congratulations to them. Sade Nicholas and Tatiana Alvarado are still in the running for treasurer. A runoff election will be held soon to determine a winner. Reporting for UMTV, I'm Kiera Wright.
Kiera, thank you. Florida is one of the states that has launched an investigation into TikTok's impact on young Americans. Investigators will specifically look at what the app is doing to keep users so engaged and if the social media app poses mental health risks. So far, 8 states, including Florida, have announced their participation in the probe. TikTok said it limits features by age, provides tools and resources to parents, and that it designs its policies with the well-being of young people in mind. TikTok has more than 1 billion active users.
Well, if you wanted to get off TikTok and go outside, the weather has been beautiful. I wonder if that will continue through the weekend.
Yes, you know, I can't wait, but at the same time, I kind of think I might want to go on TikTok a bit more.
Yeah, I really love TikTok. I mean, when I'm bored at home, I just want to lay in my bed and scroll and watch funny videos.
I know, it's Florida. It can be too hot out there for like a British man like me.
I don't see anything bad with being on your phone all the time.
Right? Like, I love being on my phone.
Okay, well, we have weathercaster Kate Stapleton in the studio to let us know if we do decide to go outside, how the weather's going to be.
Yes, we are going to actually be looking at some really beautiful weather this week, and
into the next week, actually. So right now it is 75 degrees outside, and we have a really nice 7-degree wind blowing in from the east. It's going to be very breezy. Now, if you look at the dew point, actually, it's down to 61, which is meaning less humidity for us than we've seen in the past few days, and that is due to this high-pressure system moving out and this next one coming in towards us. Now, it is going to be very warm and sunny, and that I want you to actually right now look at the bottom of the screen here. You can see that there is some wind increasing as we move through the weekend, and this is seen on the gust forecast here. You can see in Marathon they're getting actually up to 36 miles an hour gusts. Thankfully though, we have Naples over here. Y'all only have to see 24 mile an hour gusts. Still very significant, and our wind gusts will decrease as we move through Sunday. So some strong winds this weekend, but nothing we can't handle. Now, for the beach, I know Sophia said she really wanted to go to the beach, but also stay inside, but it's going to be very beautiful. If you do decide to go out to the beach, it's going to be 78. The water temperature is going to be in the 70s. The one thing you do need to look out for, though, is there is a strong chance of rip currents. So please remember to be safe in those higher waves and that rip current as you move into this weekend on the beach. Now, at this dew point forecast, you can see that our temperatures are in the low 60s. That means we have some very moderate humidity, something very comfortable. But as we move forward into the next week, you can see those temperatures climbing, which means it's going to be a little bit more muggy, a little bit more humid throughout the next weeks. And as we look at tonight's forecast, it's going to get down to 70, a very nice temperature, partially cloudy. And as we move into tomorrow, it's going to be 81, sunny, really, really beautiful weather. I know I'm really going to enjoy it. I hope you do as well. And as we look at the full week, you can see that we have some great sun and some breeze coming in on Saturday, like I mentioned. Temperatures in the low 80s. They will climb all the way up to 84 as the week continues, but still some really great weather. Lows in the 70s. It's going to be very, very comfortable. And that is all the time we have for today. Now we're going to head over to sports.
Thank you, Kate. I'm sports anchor Blake Atwell, and coming up next in sports, the Russia-Ukraine conflict is not just dominating news headlines. Multiple sports organizations have banned Russian and Belarusian athletes from competing in the games, I'll have the details in just a minute. NewsVision will be right back.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Okay, Simon, what do people wear?
Clothes.
That's right, so it's important to learn how to dress yourself. Here's how it's done. Shirt, underwear, pants, socks, shoes. Underwear, always first, name tag on the back. Then pants and shirt. Go ahead and put this on. Now with the shirt, you want to make sure the first button's right or you have to start all over again, okay? Socks left on left, right on right. Tying the shoes, we're gonna take the laces, we're gonna cross them over, we're gonna turn around where the bunny goes down in the hole, pull it tight, and bunny ears. Got it?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
Welcome to sports. I'm Blake Atwell. Following Russia's invasion of Ukraine, multiple sports bodies have banned Russian and Belarusian athletes from participating in competitions. The International Paralympic Committee, or IPC, announced today that Russian and Belarusian athletes will not be allowed to compete in the Paralympics, which start tomorrow in Beijing. The IPC is the latest sports organization to make this decision. The International Olympic Committee Executive Board recommended sports organizations ban Russian and Belarusian athletes on Monday. Since that announcement, a number of sports bodies have followed suit. The skiing, volleyball, rowing, and badminton federations have all banned Russian and Belarusian athletes. Several tennis bodies are barring athletes from competing under the Russian and Belarusian flags. Adidas is suspending its partnership with the Russian Soccer Union, and soccer's governing body FIFA banned Russian athletes from any future events. Now, moving on to some sports news from here in Miami, let's talk about some Canes baseball. Miami is off to a hot start this season. Jake Garland pitched 6 shutout innings in Miami's victory over Harvard last weekend. Next up, UM hosts Florida this weekend. The first game of the series will take place Friday night at Mark Light Field. From the baseball diamond to the hardwood, the UM women's basketball team is making headlines. Miami finished the year as the 8th seed in the Atlantic Coast Conference with a 17-11 record. The Canes won 5 of their final 6 games in the regular season. Guard Kelsey Marshall was named an honorable mention to the All-ACC team, while freshman Jalea Williams was named to the All-ACC freshman team. Miami is playing Duke in the ACC tournament right now. With a win, the Canes will earn a date with top-seeded Louisville. That's all the time we have for sports. I'm Blake Atwell.
Thank you, Blake. Well, I feel kind of bad because I love UM, but I really only watch football.
Oh, I don't even watch any sports, so you're better off than me.
Okay, I'm way better, yeah.
And after the break, learn which Hollywood star was spotted at a movie theater just across the street from UM earlier this week. We will tell you in just a moment. Don't go away.
Meet the scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Honey, what I think you need is a socket wrench.
I played JV basketball.
I'm sorry. I don't think it looks right.
This is good, and it's all good, baby.
Is it really all good?
If you love me enough to routinely test your handyman skills, not to mention the strength of your marriage, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
I'm gonna call my dad.
Thank you for staying with NewsVision. The South Beach Food and Wine Festival is one of the biggest food festivals in the country. And this year, one celebrity chef made an appearance whilst making a difference. Aaron Sanchez hosted a tacos and tequila event celebrating Mexican culture and cuisine with 12 different taco stands. Sanchez is a judge on the TV cooking show MasterChef, as well as an author, and he owns a popular restaurant in New Orleans. Sanchez says he strives to highlight the Mexican culture with his food and drinks.
My main goal is to promote Mexican culture, food, and make sure that everyone recognizes that tacos come from this beautiful country called Mexico that's south of us, and tequila is our national spirit.
More than 2,000 people attended the event filled with the tacos, world-class tequila, and live music. All proceeds from the event went towards the Aaron Sanchez Scholarship Program, helping aspiring chefs pay for culinary school. And finally, Sophia, did you hear Vengeance is arriving in the movie theaters tonight?
Yes, Harvey, it's true. Thank you, God. The Batman soars into theaters tonight as one of the most highly anticipated films of 2022.
And you know what's even better? Did you know that Robert Pattinson is British?
He's British?
Yes.
Wow, I just had no idea. I only know him from Twilight, but oh, I was obsessed with him when I was a child. I had blankets, I had pillows, all with his face on it. Anyways, the film stars Robert Pattinson surprised audiences at the Miami premiere of the AMC Place 24 theaters right here in South Miami. Viewers were only told to put their phones away before the film, only to have the Twilight star pop out from the front of the theater. One audience member told UMTV that Pattinson said he got the chance which city to choose for the premiere, and he selected Miami because he heard the crowd was always, quote, the rowdiest.
Well, it's also because British people love Miami, I'll tell you that.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
I'm not British, so I don't know. That's all the time we have for tonight. Thanks for joining us.
We'll be back next Thursday for another edition of NewsVision with more on the ongoing crisis in Ukraine. Until then, have a great night.